Hey y'all, this is Toya. You're tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all, so I know my lighting all kind of jacked up a little bit. I am getting ready for a pop-up shop. So if you want this shirt to say growth is in the uncomfortable or generational curse breaker or a coffee mug, get yours at autumnfaithcompany.com. Last night I did a poetry night. It was a faith-based poetry night, so it was super amazing. I had an amazing time. I have not performed the poem in quite a bit, so I was a little bit rusty, but I'm going to upload the poetry to my YouTube, so follow the link and go check me out. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share because it may bless somebody else. Peace. Excited, and then I got a little bit nervous, so y'all bear with me. But anyway, so poetry found me on my first tour to Iraq, and I think I was about 18 and 19 years old, and I learned to start writing to express myself because I felt like that was a safe place to talk. So tonight I'm just gonna take you guys on my healing journey. So since this is a creative space, I heard what Nia said earlier about, us Christian creatives. So I'm gonna start with this first poem. It's called Creative Beauty. Also, too, I'm in the middle of writing a book, so that's why my first one is. I have had the hardest time writing since I put a timeline on me getting my book published. And in a weird way, I can kind of understand why God didn't tell the Israelites about the giants in the promised land. I've been running into the same lack of self-confidence in my ability to complete some poems that I know are on the inside of me. My words seized up on me once I found out I needed practically double the amount of poems that I originally needed to complete the book. Now my words that were flowing like honey and stinging like bees are coming far and in between, feeling real wilderness-like. The question I must ask myself, and I suggest you do the same, what's your giant? What's your mountain? What's your obstacle? What is the thing that slowed your momentum about your dreams and the peace and your piece of the promised land? The much deeper question is, do you think God changed his mind? Because of the giants? Because of the mountains? Because of the obstacles? The struggles? I heard a song one day that said, nobody told me the road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. And since he hasn't left me, I don't think he changed his mind for me. Nor you, nor the Israelites. And I think it's time for you to pick up that pen and pad and create for the sake of creating. Creating for the audience of one. Enjoy how this expression connects you to the one that called you to it. Lay down your lack of confidence in your abilities and pick up your mat and walk in what it is he's called you to. Because if he didn't change his mind, why should you? And so this one is about just feel, just be, and just breathe. Don't try to figure it out. Just feel what you feel. Don't concern yourself with who, how, or what. Just feel. Discern. But don't deny your feelings to have their moment. After all, they are all valid. They are not right or wrong, but valid. They deserve a moment to exist, be felt, and acknowledged before you suppress them and move on to present your more polished version of you. The you that is harnessed by the toxic thought of misrepresenting God, as if you could. God is too good and loves you too much for you to think that showing up as your authentic self is an embarrassment to him. He made our stuttering tongue, and then he called us beyond it, relying on him to use it to set the captives free. Suppressing your feelings isn't doing you or God no favors. You do know he made us with feelings, right? To experience this world. They were never meant to be suppressed, numbed, or lead. They were created to be experienced and at times surrendered. The world has told us to suppress and don't feel things like anger or pain. But when Jesus felt anger, he addressed what angered him and he got back to purpose. When he was hurt with grief, he took a moment to feel that and got back to purpose. The issue with suppression is what is pushed down will come back up. Just as what is planted will grow. And following your heart is very sketchy when being led by the intoxication of feelings that were just made to be felt but not acted from. In fact, I read someplace that says that the heart is desperately wicked, and we should often ask God to search our heart, because out of it comes the issues of life. He goes beyond the feelings that were created to experience and he goes past the surface level outward behavior. He gets down to the nitty gritty of it all, which is motive and posture. Motive and posture, in most cases, is where our feelings are born. So back to feelings, all of them: joy, anger, peace, anxiousness, gladness, sadness, disappointment, and contentment all deserve a moment to exist, be felt, acknowledged, and in safe environments expressed, not suppressed, ignored, or denied. You won't embarrass God. In fact, showing up as the whole you is the greatest honor, because that's who he created you to be. Okay. Some people don't hurt you, people walk away and things like that, and we struggle with the distance that kind of take place, right? And then we have this issue of unforgiveness. So this is called forgive them. Just a thought that I'm throwing out at you. I sometimes find the edges of my heart trying to harden towards certain people I care deeply for. God has graciously gifted me to be genuinely happy for people, even when they're blessed with some of the things that I've been waiting on. But I can't lie. The fact that the distance that they've put between us based upon my assumed reaction has finally reached a part of me that is not completely surrendered. I can tell it's not surrendered because it wants to fight back when I know Jesus is my defender. It wants to protect me from being hurt when I know Jesus is my protector. It's the part of me that says, forget them, when the Holy Spirit says, forgive them. If they don't see your value and your sincere heart toward them, forget them. But the Holy Spirit says, forgive them. I've been able to previously kill these feelings in me, but in this moment, I can't help it. I'm reminded of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, facing the reality about what was about to go down. I see him on the cross, through bloodied eyes, torn back, nailed hands and feet, pierced side, still hearing people yell, kill him! And his response, with some of his last breaths, he says, forgive them. I snap out of my thoughts, back to reality, back in the mirror with tears in my eyes and anxiousness in my heart, and I whisper ever so faintly, the answer to this hardness is forgiveness. After all, I am Imago Dei. We all are. We're all made in his image. But how can we walk in that image and not reflect his character? That would be like a fig tree with green leaves but no figs. So the answer to this hardness, as hard as it might be, is forgiveness.